Now, before we get started, I would really love it if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get the latest content from the YouTube channel, The Last Rewind. And don't be shy about leaving your comments at the bottom of the page because you are the sole reason why this channel will be successful. Thank you. So it appears Jaylen Brown loves being public enemy number one by seemingly not even getting an invite to Team USA for maybe things he's said in the past and things he may have said by, pro lip readers picking up on him watching a game of Bronny James play, that he doesn't deserve a spot on the Summer League, and he probably will not get a spot as a pro in the NBA. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button so you can get notifications for future episodes of The Last Rewind. So, yeah, we got a lot of pro social media people out here that can actually read lips. I never was good at that, not even if the person was sitting in front of me. But you have some lip readers who appear to catch Jaylen Brown saying some choice words about Bronny James. Let me pop that up here real quick. It says, Jaylen Brown says, "I don't think Bronny is a pro." And the girl sitting beside him, which I think is his wife, "I think he'll be on the G League team for sure." Jaylen Brown responds, "Because of his name, he's going to be with the Lakers." Is there any dispute with that? I would not think so. Based on what I've seen so far in these Summer League games, Bronny James doesn't even deserve to go back to college, which I would have thought he would have continued his career trying to get better at before he would try his hand at any type of team connected to the NBA. But because his daddy wants him to be up on his team, so he'll have some bragging point to saying he's the GOAT over MJ, which we know that is not true and will never be true, no matter if he gets his two sons, his nephew and nieces, his grandmother and grandfather, and some adopted kids on the team. It won't change the fact that you're not the GOAT. A great player by all means, but you are not the GOAT. We know why you got on the team. And people are getting on my nerves, saying, "Stop talking bad about the kid. He's a kid. He's only 18, he's 19. He's only 19 years old. He's a teenager. Leave him alone." Never heard of this guy named Kwame Brown. Never heard of that guy before, huh? I can remember every year that he was in the league until he was out, people were calling him a bust, a flop, a nobody, not even a has-been. He doesn't even deserve an NBA contract. Go back to where you come from. He was 18 when he got out of high school and went. Now, dare I say, Kwame Brown is probably still today and was at that time better than Bronny James has ever been. He deservedly, you could say, or you could agree or disagree, he got the spot for being a out of high school player because he earned those accolades. Now, it didn't translate to the NBA. It doesn't always do that. Some people go from college being number one picks and they never pan out. Michael Olowokandi. Ever him? Probably not, unless you're an NBA enthusiast. But it doesn't always pan out. But you can usually see some reasons why it doesn't pan out. I can see the reasons why Bronny James, I don't think he'll pan out. Maybe by some miracle, he'll get some intense trainer that will hit the weaknesses that he has right now, which seems like everything. Besides, I guess, his defense, because that's the bragging point people are making me harp on. It's like, oh, well, he plays excellent defense on G Leaguers, not pro NBA players yet. Let's not forget, he is considered an undersized guard. He's claimed to be 6'1". I'm not even sure he's actually that tall, but be that as it may, you're going to get eaten alive if you do not have a jump shot. And for what I've seen, if at this point, I think he has not hit a three-pointer yet. At this point, This being July 17th. I got to make sure to put the date up there because they might hit one tonight or tomorrow or whatever, whenever the next game is. But you got to be able to hit three-pointers in this day. Now, if you were in the 90s, I'll give people this. The 90s, you didn't have to be a sharpshooter for every kind of guard in the NBA. But today's NBA, you have to be a center with a three-point shot, let alone someone who's going to be a point guard. Do y'all think he actually can make it in the league without a three-point shot? I'm trying to think of a point guard that can, well, I'm sure there are some that don't hit three-pointers at a high clip. Sure there are some. There's some guards that don't hit three-pointers at a high clip, but they have other talents that can take over for a lack of a good shot. You know, like Luka Doncic, best three-point shooter in the world, but he has other skills that can help him overcome the lack of shooting. What does Bronny James have so far that you've seen? I don't even think he's that great on defense. He's okay so far. He's definitely better defensively than he is offensively, but no, not for being a pro, which is what Jaylen Brown sees so far. I actually have some footage that actually shows more of what Jaylen Brown had to say about Bronny James. Let's take a look at the footage right quick. Yo, sign Bronny up to Google Maps, man, so they can help him navigate to where his jump shot is supposed to go. In the goal. No lie, I watched The Wizard of Oz yesterday, and Bronny James has shot more bricks than I saw in all the bricks on the Yellow Brick Road in that entire movie. Yo, I got a 5-year-old nephew with no arm that got a better jump shot than this kid. Hey, man, what you do? Don't pass me the ball, man. I'm in the crowd. I'm not wearing a jersey, man. Pass the ball to your teammates. Man, he's really not a pro. You know, and I feel sorry for the kid because, again, I don't know if I still want to call him a kid because he's 18. That means he can go into the military and he can shoot a gun if he wanted to. He could go kill somebody if he wanted to. Wouldn't recommend it, but actually, no, I'll take that back because let me pop up the picture of something he recently won when he probably should have been practicing his jump shot. He actually was practicing something else. Take a look at this. Call of Duty. Is that what it is? He's the champ. You think that's what he should be bragging about right now? You think NBA teams not named the Lakers would look at this and say, hey, this kid's actually serious about his game. Look at him. He's holding a championship belt for a video game right now. He must really take his basketball career serious. Right. And see, people also will throw out the argument that you are hating on a black man or employing another black man. Really? The NBA is over 70% black. Chances are there was going to be a black person in his position if Bronny James didn't get that job. But let's throw out something else. The people that were going to be employed, more than likely, were not going to be coming from generational wealth. Bronny James already had that because LeBron was going to give it to him. So we're not just taking jobs away from other black athletes or even white athletes at that. You're taking the chance. That's what the NBA has looked at. No matter what people want to say about it, they want to go to the NBA, yes, to play. But they also want that money. They want that generational wealth to where they can start businesses and stay rich forever if they play right with their money. And a lot of the times they don't, but that's neither here or there. That's another story for another day. But that's what you're taking away besides a basketball roster spot. You're taking away the chance to be rich. There could be a player that could be trying to get himself out of the middle class, low class, the ghetto, and you have taken that away from him, and you don't have the skills to have a reason to take it away from them. Again, I have no problem with nepotism, as I did on another video before, as long as you have the skills to complete it. Let's look at it this way. If LeBron James owned a mechanic company, a mechanic auto shop, if you will, and he said, you know what, I want to have my son work with me. I want to have father and son. We might even change the name to Bronny and Sons, or Bron and Sons, LeBron James and Bronny James and Son, whatever, auto shop. Father and son auto shop, whatever you want to call it. He comes and works with them. Bronny James has not worked on anything besides filling up the car with gas. He knows nothing about cars, but he wants his son to come work with him due to nepotism. Okay, clap. Father and son are working together. Now you go and have your car worked on. LeBron James is on vacation. Bronny James will be handling business today. He knows nothing about cars. He works on your car, and the whole time, are you going to be saying, hey, I know you don't have any experience, but I'm so happy that you are working with your father. I don't care what happens in the future with my car. I'm just glad that father and son are working together. Are you going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm not working with you. There's no telling what kind of damage you can do to my car. I'm taking it to someone else. And as you walk out the door, oh, congratulations, though, for working with your father. There'll be so many one-star reviews on Yelp and Google that shut down the internet. It's the same thing with anything else. The NBA, if you're not qualified for the position, then that's when nepotism is a bad thing. And I can go with any other position. If you had someone just get to become the president of the United States, and you can see where we're at now with the candidates we have, that's a story for another day. But if they just got the position without any experience, and they just got there just because their dad put them in a position, and they're running the country, you wouldn't go for that. You wouldn't be clapping and say, oh, I'm so happy just because the father and son are working together, or just because they're black, they're in politics or whatever. You wouldn't care for that. You want to care if they're going to do the country right. Use that for any other thing that's not entertainment, and you'll understand why nepotism can be a bad thing. So I don't want to hear this anymore about nepotism is the reason why people hate this move. No, we hate it because he's not qualified for the job. Y'all got to stop this. It's not LeBron James hate. It's nepotism hate. He's not qualified. If this was LeBron James and he was getting in there because his dad put him in position, then you got a point. He's qualified. He's a great player. Put him in there. As I also said in the last video, Ken Griffey Jr.'s dad, were in baseball together. Both great players. Maybe, Ken Griffey Jr. was great and his dad was good. Serviceable player, good player. But both of them deserve to be in their position in baseball. This ain't it, though. This ain't the same thing. This is the end of my video for The Last Rewind. Please make sure and hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode of The Last Rewind.